Hello, hello, all of my beautiful souls and friends out there who have found this video. The video we're doing today, this video is for Capricorn. It is for anyone who is a Capricorn, sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign. It's also for anyone who has a Capricorn in their life, who has a lot of aspects with Capricorn going on in their chart right now, which is pretty much everybody because Capricorn is just dominating, our sky system right now. And just anyone who, who, if it's not right now, maybe for later. If the message resonates with you, go with it. Let's get started. So, my name is Lauren, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for coming to my channel. And so I already did one video that was, it was a little bit shorter, and it was just talking about the Lightworker update for Capricorn, right? Capricorn, you guys have a lot going on right now. I know that for sure. At least the specific collective that I'm talking to, that this message is for. So we have some Lightworker cards that are already out, and I'm going to go over those with you, just briefly covering, going over what the previous video talked about, and then I'm going to get into the rest of the reading. So let's get started. And if you would, just go ahead and take a second to click like, wherever it is down there. Click subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Like, your support means the world to me. It really does, means everything. The only way I'm able to do these and keep doing these and do the personalized content development that I do for the individuals that reach out to me. It's such a wonderful experience for all of us, but it's through compassionate contributions, through donations from anyone who's watching, anyone who likes the videos, anyone who wants to support the messages of higher self, higher consciousness, growth, evolution, transcendence, love, and joy, compassion, strength, and solidarity, just to name a few things, right? I really, really, really do appreciate it. Alrighty, well, let's dig in. You ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, so I grabbed my notes. First, I want to go over what's going on for Capricorn in the solar system right now. So right now, of all the major planets and points in the zodiac, we have got Mars, the South Node, Pallas Athene, and Jupiter all in Capricorn and all in the 7th house today. Today being February 17th, 2020. And today we also have Pluto and Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, in the 8th house. Now Mars is in the 7th house, as I mentioned, and that is the exaltation of Capricorn. So you got a ton of energy going on. So let's really make sure that you, as Capricorn season is going to start, this is going to start shifting a bit, and some of the planets that are in here they're going to move. So let's make sure that while we still have this energy, that you are using it to your fullest potential, to your fullest capacity, right? So Saturn, the planets I mentioned and the points I mentioned in the 7th house, that is a house of relationships. That is all about relationships. So it is, Valentine's Day was just a few days ago. So I have, I very carefully selected the decks we're going to use, and I incorporated many love decks for you, just for you, because what is life without love? And the 8th house is all about contracts, endings, beginnings, death, sex, legal contracts especially, things like that. So with Pluto in the 8th house and Saturn, and they're in the 8th house, but they're moving out of Capricorn. So there's a window here, a small window, a shorter window over, like relatively speaking, where there's going to be a whole lot of change in the structures of your life, completely like death and rebirth, like total transformation and new beginnings. And you really want to take that energy and use it so that you take all the lessons from everything you've experienced up to this point, and you create precisely the life that you want, the experience of life that you want moving forward. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you out. So yeah, and Mars and Jupiter are both very high energy, a little aggressive, expansive in the 7th house. So you've got a whole lot going on with relationships right now, a whole lot going on. And Pallas Athene speaks to the feminine wisdom, intuition, and creativity as the highest forms of knowledge. We have the South Node, so that has to do with some soul aspects that are from the past, whether your past in this present life or past soul contracts from previous lives, or DNA, things that are sort of predisposed genetically to learn to be able to act the way you need to in this lifetime based on this soul contract, to do what you need to do to live your soul's journey out as it's intended to. But some of the older patterns and the defaults that can hold you back from achieving your full potential are in the middle of all of that, sort of ready to go, feisty, Martian energy, right? Mars energy, it's the same, and Jupiter, that expansive energy that just makes everything so much bigger. So I can definitely see that there could be some conflicts going on right now, lots of change, and lots of transitions. So some of you out there, you've already got it down and you've mastered all of this energy, and you guys are awesome and you know it, but you don't show it too much because that's how awesome you are. You're very kind too. So but a lot of people out there, this is maybe a little overwhelming. So let's go ahead and get into some cards and get some messages for everybody. Here is the I'm going to show you the spread that I will be using today. This is it. There you go. So the spread is designed by one of my favorites, Emerald Lotus Divination. It is the astrology-inspired 6-card spread precisely for Capricorn. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and put that in the corner. I know nobody puts baby in the corner, but well. Okay, so here we are. And you can see the cards, the questions that each card's going to be giving us a message for. The card that best describes me currently will be the Lightworker Oracle deck, Why I'm Afraid to Ask Others for Help. The Power of Surrender deck by Judith Orloff. How I Can Begin to Open Up to Others will be the Whispers of Love deck. How you can be, I think my Pluto's in Capricorn, so I'm being affected by this right now for sure too. I can feel it, and it's intense. So How I Can Begin to Open Up to Others is the Whispers of Love. How I Can Be More Relaxed and Mindful is the Universal Healing Love Oracle. Something I Should Be Proud of, Capricorn, come on, the Power deck. The Power deck is so you. And then for the 6th card of Something New I Should Try, we're going to use the Soul's Journey deck. And I also am planning to, time permitting, to go ahead and pull some Romance Angels cards for you too. All right, well, let's begin. So, just again, thank you so much for coming here and watching. This is going to be an impactful message. So, all right, to start out, so the top and bottom of deck energy, if you've seen any of my other videos, or if you would like to, you will see that I always look at the top and bottom of deck energy. What's the energy surrounding the message that Spirit's bringing forth for you, right? So the bottom of deck energy is the sort of how you feel, and the top of the deck energy is sort of how you act. It's the conscious and the subconscious. It's the expressed and the implied, so on and so forth, right? So let's start by taking a look at the bottom of deck energy, which this totally makes sense with all of the astrological alignments we just talked about. Okay, and that card is, all right, and this is the same from the previous reading, Dark Night of the Soul. Really look at that card and kind of focus it. Well, I can hold it still and let yourself feel some, a response to the imagery. So Dark Night of the Soul, 16 breaking down to a 7, which here we have the card 34, which breaks down to a 7 as well. 7 being wisdom and attainment of knowledge, understanding through analysis, right? Let me read you what it says. So you are ready for a more real and radiant relationship with the divine. Your preconceived ideas and safe, limiting beliefs may need to be sacrificed in order for this to happen. To the divine, these are only the clothing of your spirit. They are impediments to the absolute intimacy the divine seeks with you. You might feel vulnerable or uncertain as the divine goes about stripping away these barriers. Yeah, strip your soul naked. That's super scary for most people, most everybody. You understand there is nothing to rely upon other than the divine, and you will find it difficult to trust at times. This night will end, however, and the sweetness of the divine dawning in your heart shall render all worthwhile. But for now, you are meant to feel exactly as you feel right now, okay? Even if it's not good, this is part of it. This is part of your journey of who you are, your strength, your shining light, your fulfillment. You are not doing something wrong. You are moving closer to the divine. So it's just different. It's just different, but it feels like a dark night of the soul because everything is changing, right? There's just so much change. And when there's so much change, yeah, it's normal to think like, what did I do wrong? Why is all this happening? I don't know what to do, and I'm so used to knowing what to do. I always know what to do, and I'm doing what I know, and it's not working. That's frustrating, right? That definitely leads to a dark night of the soul. But in that dark is where you find the light, the divine light, that divine light that is a reflection of the divine light in you, to bring that out. That's what the dark night of the soul is all about. So let's read the invocation. So this card is how you really feel. And this is the invocation to help you take control of those emotions for your greatest good. The dark night of the soul is love calling me into light, calling me to let go of fear, to release my every doubt and say instead, I know that love is more real, more powerful than anything else, always. So I accept love's power and grace, and I invite the healing presence of unconditional divine love into my heart now. Bring me the peace and spiritual blessings that I need to be freed from darkness and opened to the sweet light of love's truth. May all beings caught in darkness be assisted by unconditional love to see, feel, and know that the path of love is theirs forever. Through my own free will, so be it. Do you want? Rewind a little bit and say it for yourself. Say it out loud. You deserve, it takes 10 seconds to say it. Go back, give yourself that 10 seconds, say it out loud, see how it makes you feel. The top of deck energy here is card 34, which is center. It's hold your center. See the beautiful coloring, the gateway, the archway with the ascended angel and the dove flying up above, the garden and the stairs. It's a really beautiful picture. Okay. Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries. To find your ground, firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness. Oh, amen, right? Okay, I'm going to put this here so you can still see it. So this is a really strong message to you. You are learning to trust in your own instincts and take your own journey without comparison to the life path of others or of another. There is no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgments. There is no need to, The earth needs your light, Capricorn, which can only come from you. You will offer so much. You guys, I'm so sorry. I'm putting on my glasses so I can read now. I might just edit. Okay. Thanks for letting me put on my glasses. Okay. The earth needs your light, Capricorn, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty, match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. No one can match your beauty. It's yours, and it's completely yours, and yours alone. And to try and change yourself because of comparisons to others, you are so beautiful, like inside and out. Don't hide it. Don't try and make it look like something else, because it is beautiful as it could ever be, just as it is. Okay, Capricorns? Okay. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, and valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. My heart goes out to everyone who can relate to that. This can be a hard pattern to break, yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your essence, to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means you accept your innate value and worth and your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. Sweetheart, yes, right, yes. This oracle brings you confirmation. You're on the right path. You're here to shine a light, to be the lighthouse for others. The lighthouse doesn't ask for permission to shine, my dear Capricorns. It stands still, shines faithfully, and those who need it are guided by its light to safety. Do not lose faith in yourself, beloved soul. You know who you are. Be strong. Honor your inner beauty and your personal boundaries. You need to feel safe in your ability to say no, as much as you need to know that you will say yes when your heart guides you to. So be true to you. Here is the invocation for for your top of deck energy, okay? I am empowered by divine love to hold my center. Okay, so just like the last one, I'll read it slowly. So if you want, you can pause and repeat after me, and then do that and say it out loud with me, okay? That's what invocations are for, right? I am empowered by divine love to hold my center, to be in my truth, to stay strong, to be in my integrity, and to act with courage. The only energy I invite and allow to remain in my field is that which supports me unconditionally and with genuine love. I love my boundaries. They are the way that I lovingly choose which energy to invite into my life and which energy I choose to pass right by me. I do not judge, but I do choose wisely. I love myself and my life path now. I love myself and my life path now. I hold myself with powerful and caring commitment. May all beings know their true inner strength. Through my own free will and unconditional love, so be it. Yes, okay, very good. Let me pause 1 second. Okay, I was getting a headache, so I just turned off the main lights. Is that enough light? No, yeah, if I get a headache, it's going to interfere with the reading. So I will do this before. I meant to do this earlier. This is like the most amazing spray, clear vibrations energy spray. It's rose, Florida, and holy water. Just clear the energy here. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. I'm just going to brighten the face. Yes. Ah, very nice. Okay. The message that Spirit has for you is this. Card number 28, Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. So you've got some powerful angels with you, as well as your spirit guides, always available, your guardian angels who are with you, and all of their angelic buddies. They're all part of the divine tribe, legions. They are soul warriors who are here to help you. This does seem like with the dark night of the soul, there's a lot of change, and you're doing your best. You feel the dark night of the soul, and what you're presenting is you're keeping it together. You're holding your center, and so the message from Spirit is that you're not alone in doing this. You have all of the help of the heavenly angels and heavenly bodies, heavenly spirits of heaven itself that is with you and supporting you as you're moving forward. So, my dear Capricorn, part of your divine purpose is to develop the power of your mind to your Capricorn. So you know this. You're always, you're sharp as anyone. as sharp as they come. Very powerful mentally. Part of your divine purpose is to develop the power of your mind and to use it for healing purposes. So heal or heal thyself as well. If you change your mind, you can change the entire world. Guidance and healing inspiration can come to you daily, helping improve your own life and the lives of others. Healing and opening the mind to new realities and possibilities are the gifts of Ascended Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. The mind of a light worker, which you are, needs spiritual light, information, understanding, and wisdom. In the same way that human bodies need food, water, and clean air. The hunger for wisdom can push you to seek knowledge, and this can be a healthy impulse. However, if you love knowledge so much that you keep seeking without taking the time to digest, integrate, and apply what you've learned, you may end up confused or mentally exhausted. Right? The dark night of the soul is you feel mentally exhausted, spiritually exhausted even. And that's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Everybody has felt that way or will feel that way at some point or another. And it's different for everybody. So allow yourself to feel what you feel. It's okay. You are protected. If you are forgetful, stressed, mentally fatigued, or plotting when you are usually bright, you need some mental time out. I mean, who knows, maybe I'm feeling your energy right now, and that's like why that headache hit me, because it's just the mental exhaustion, the spiritual, like taking all of your spiritual energy and your spiritual reserves and putting it towards figuring things out. And then all of your emotional energy and reserves and putting your emotional energy into figuring things out, your physical energy into figuring things out. And then it's just exhausting. Even if you do get to the point where you've got it all figured out, you're so exhausted that when you wake back up, you know, you're still so drained that you can't even remember half of what you've already invested all of that in. I understand. If that's you, I totally understand. And if it's not you now, but and it's you sometime in the future, it'll be okay. If you've been through this, then you know how difficult it can be. But you know that on the other end, if you manage everything wisely, it's just a part of the process of developing into our divine purpose. Okay. You have been absorbing a lot of new information. You may feel you have so many tasks to do that you don't know where to start, or that if you stop to rest, you will never get through it all. This is causing you mental stress, which is diminishing your productivity. It's time to slow down and cleanse your mind with the assistance of Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael. Sit without distraction of telephone, computer, mobile phone, music, television, radio. None of that. Take a few moments of silence. Say the invocation below and then imagine, intend, visualize, or feel a fresh, pale green energy wash through you. Focus on this for a second or two. Then just relax and enjoy the mental cleansing. You will recognize when you have had sufficient mental rest, because you shall feel a peaceful sense of vibrancy and inspiration. When you let go in this way, switching off and taking a step back, new approaches and ideas come to your mind. So work according to your own creative rhythms. So all the work you put in, it's not for naught. But let go of what isn't working now. Maybe it worked before. Maybe you tried it, thought it would work, it didn't work. Let go. Take a deep breath. Imagine the pale green energy washing over you again. And continue this until you find yourself in a brand new state of brightness and vibrancy. And continue until you find that idea, that inspiration, or that energy, that frequency that just, when you're like, oh, this is what it means to feel fully alive. That's the divine. That's the divine with you in that moment. And the divine wants to be with you, okay? Wants to share with you now. So you may find you work best in short, productive bursts, punctuated by mental rest. If this is how you need to live for a time, honor that. Be kind to your mind. Oh, Capricorn, please be kind to your mind. It's been so good to you overall, right? It's gotten you where you are. It can help you accomplish your divine journey. This oracle also comes with a message for you. If you are interested in healing that involves the mind, whether this be psychology, psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, philosophy, or a course of study, you are encouraged to explore it. So maybe talk to a counselor or get a book on NLP or a different philosophy that appeals to your soul now, to where you are now, to help give clarity to the inspiration and ideas that come to you. If you feel inspired to work with your belief systems through affirmations or other techniques for mental reprogramming, such as guided relaxations and meditations, you are encouraged to do this as well. Your mind is developed and powerful, and you will work well with such techniques. All right, are you ready for the invocation? Okay, be still. If you're not in a, if you're driving or if you're at work or anything like that, you can come back to this part later, or whatever you need to do. Stay safe. But close your eyes and hear these words and repeat them. I call upon the healing grace of Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael, who love me unconditionally. May my own mind now gain rest, clearing and refreshment. May I be assisted through unconditional love for mental healing and the development of my mind in service to my spiritual life purpose. Please help me let go mentally to allow for positive healing changes to happen. I ask for the grace I need to access all helpful knowledge, understanding, and wisdom necessary for me to fulfill my divine purpose. May my mind become peaceful, clear, and refreshed. May all beings be free from mental anguish through the grace and unconditional love of the divine. Through my own free will, so be it. Okay? So Capricorn, you are Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael, because they are with you so strongly right now. This card is the card that represents you, the best represents you currently. So let's move on. I'm going to pause for a second again. I want this Advil to kick in so we can have the lights back on. Okay. Or to kick in at all. Okay, my beautiful Capricorns. I am back. Yesterday was intense. I got a pretty bad headache that made it to where I could not give you a reading that would do you justice, as the pain was too much to focus as you deserve. So I have got a great continued reading ready for you. So we've gone over the light worker cards for you, and that which represents you plenty so far. So I just want to bring up one thing. So for the card that you got as your card that best describes you, card number 34, I'm sorry, not 34, card number 28. So we had 2 sevens as the surrounding energy, 7 representing wisdom and attainment, and sometimes hard, through difficult lessons. And the message brought out by Spirit, the number broke down to a 10, which is a completion, which then breaks down to a 1. So a completion of a cycle that breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning of something brand new. Now what you're going to do with this brand new thing, it's all yours. It's clay in your hand. This card, the card 28, is Master Hilarion and Archangel Raphael, both of whom in the world of light workers speak to the 5th ray, or the 5th level of ascension, of the ascension process. And these are the attributes that coincide with that specific internal experience and that specific place in your life and your journey that this card is speaking to. It speaks to healing and teaching, truth and inner truth, the journey within to know self, the ultimate realization that higher self or highest self, your Buddha mind, is your only teacher. Okay? You are your best teacher, Capricorn. You know this. You're so good at teaching everybody else. You now get to teach yourself how to do something brand new in a way that you can then share this new understanding and wisdom with everyone around you. Become a beacon of an even brighter light than ever before. And it also speaks to the 5th ray, speaks to attributes of honoring the truth of others as well as your own truth. So honoring the truth of others as well as your own truth. I just wanted to point that out. Now moving on, the next question, we are going to pull a card from the Power of Surrender deck, which I showed you a picture of and earlier. And here is the box. You see Judith Orloff, MD, right? So she knows a thing or two, right? Now, here we go. We're going to look at top of deck energy, bottom of deck energy. And again, top of deck energy speaks to what's being shown. It speaks to the expressed message, the message for your public self, and then the bottom of deck energy, that card will speak to the message or advice from, the energy regarding your private self, okay? things to reflect upon, things worthy of introspection. So top of deck energy, we have surrender your need to always be right. Okay, you know what? I liked it better on this side. Let me try something really fast. I know it's while we're recording, but let's see if this is better. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that because I want you to be able to read the cards. And so, okay, I just adjusted the frame a bit. Now, surrender your need to always be right, Capricorns. This is the energy that's coming off from you, right? So what we're talking about here really is just, so we had Dark Night of the Soul, we had Hold Your Center. So if the Dark Night of the Soul is speaking to recognizing that you're not always right, which is, oh my gosh, that's Capricorn, that's your worst nightmare, because you know the rules, you know what to do. And if that changes, that's a serious threat to existence, right? That's how it feels. That's just, no, it's not acceptable. It doesn't feel so. I think and just following the line, of logic here, the message is being presented by surrendering your need to always be right. What you're really doing, my cat's here with us now. Her name's Paris. Sometimes when we're in this situation, it feels more prescient, more necessary, more urgent, that we be right, that things not change, so we become more hardlined. No, this is how it is. It's just resistance to change. The message on the card says, give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships overall. And the bottom of the deck energy here, surrender your addictions. That's what it says. That's what we've got. See the mask that she's wearing, touching her face, but she still has that very bright light shining right where her crown chakra is. So she knows. And Capricorn, you know. You always know. And it says here, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, or always being right, or just the status quo, or the current situation, not even addicted, but attached, just attached and not wanting to let go. So whatever it is you may be attached to, in the sense that you feel bound to it, like these rules can't change, the way things are, the structures can't change. No. That can be the precipice of a type of spiritual addiction or malady, let's say. Take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay, so we're going to get there to what those healthier alternatives are. So that's the surrounding energy here. And just a quick note, underneath surrender your addictions is surrender obsessive thinking. Sort of self-explanatory how those usually those can go together. So let's ask Spirit. What? Oh, hold on, Spirit's calling. All right, well, Spirit knows knows there's no need to call. The message will come in through the cards. Right? So Capricorn, all Capricorns, Capricorn energy, anyone involved with the Capricorn right now, what is the message right now, Spirit? I call upon Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit in the name of Jesus Christ, the only Son of God incarnate. What is the message for Capricorn as to why are they afraid to ask others for help? Oh, wow. We've got two for you. The first card out. Surrender to trust. Surrender to trust. So needing to be right and being overly attached to things as they are could definitely speak to not trusting things. In fact, my background is in psychology. When it comes to attachment theory, the root of this book I've been reading or read recently called The Relational Soul speaks to this very poignantly, and it talks about how the different attachment styles, whether avoidant or sort of the enmeshing or the scattered style of attachment, it all has to do with our trust thermometer when it comes to intimacy, our intimacy thermometer, either too close or too far. There's something there that, because of levels of trust, whether our primary caretakers as children were consistently unreliable or consistently unavailable or consistently both. That's the barometer that we use the rest of our lives, unless we actively develop ourselves in order to alter that pattern. And that whatever degree of trust, whether it's too hot or too cold, we want to be too close, we want closeness too much, or we avoid closeness, and that's where we feel safe. Either way, it's our struggle with trusting that is the root of all relational issues. So the message on this card, I'll show it to you again, is trust yourself. That is so key. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions. Don't listen to other people's strong opinions about what to do, or listen, but don't be swayed by them. Take action and be confident. Capricorn, you're confident. You know that state of confidence. That's your natural state, self-confident. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Even if it feels like you didn't choose the path and you don't really want to be going through the dark night of the soul and you don't want to be sitting here being forced to hold on to your center and heal, right? With the help of angels and archangels and all the bodies of heaven. Know that every choice you've ever made is what has led you here. And you've always been self-confident, and you're still self-confident. So in that confidence that is so familiar to you, trust that the path you're on, even if it is scary and uncomfortable right now, this is the path that you've chosen, because the destination that has been chosen for you by God and by you on your journey towards that destination chosen by God for you, by the divine, you have chosen the right path. Okay? Don't let feelings of, don't question things so much to where you start doubting. Okay? Oh my gosh. I hadn't even looked at it. Okay, so underneath that, surrender your ego. Capricorn, here it says, and this is the dark night of the soul. This is exactly what the dark night of the soul is all about. That was the very first card. And holding your center while going through all of it, because you are strong. You are Capricorn. or you have this Capricorn energy right now. The dark night of the soul is about, and the fifth ray, the fifth level, if we're talking in those terms, that's about resurrection, okay? The death of self, the death of ego, the death of parts of self. This is a natural part of life, and what it means is that you're about to break through to something more amazing than you could ever have imagined before. Okay, there's this whole new world at your fingertips that you're inhaling right now and you don't even know it. Maybe you do. It says, surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. In all things be grateful. Cultivate gratitude. You woke up this morning. That's something to be grateful for. You have some sort of device, a phone, computer, or whatever it is. You have access to information, to watch this video. You have access to things that are still pretty brand new in the big picture. You are living in a great time of the world. There's always been horrific things going on. That's part of humanity. But you right now exist for a reason, and that is something to be grateful for. Be of service to others. Our ego makes us not want to be of service. So surrender your ego and be of service, and just notice how good it makes you feel. Maybe you already are of service often. Let yourself really feel the benefit of helping another person. Feel their feelings. See the change in someone who has received your help. Feel their appreciation. Feel their gratitude if you're struggling with that for any reason. Or just to add it onto the list. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. There you go. All right, so next we are going to we're going to talk about how to begin to open up to others. And these cards are really, they were asking why. Why are we afraid to open up to others? And we talked about the roots of trust and how that affects our relationships. And that's why we're afraid to open up to others. And then surrender your ego, because our ego is what attaches us to the things we think we know or thought we knew. Because that's our safe space. It makes us feel good about ourselves, even if it's not based on truth or reality. Because the reality is that love is meant for you. And it's all around you. But sometimes when we're scared, because it's scary to trust people, our ego shows up and tells us otherwise. So that's why. So now, how? How to begin to open up to others. For that, we are going to look at the Whispers of Love deck. Let's see if it's around for me to show it to you, just in case you want to see, because if you like the message, I would highly recommend, if you're in the position to make a purchase, to go ahead and buy the cards. Okay, this deck seems to be far away from me at the moment. If I see it, if it's hidden and I find it, I'll pop it back up. All right, so when it comes to how to begin to open up to others, to begin to open up, right, whispers, starting with whispers, but always whispers of love. Love is what creates the safe space to open up. So, first card out, top of deck energy. Treasure your loved ones. So to begin to open up, this is saying where to start, how to act, what to do now, what you might already be doing is the people around you that you do trust, that you do love, or the people that you can remember, the people who have been with you in your life, whom you felt safe with, in the moments when you felt safe and you felt love and you felt trust and you felt joy and bliss, that childlike, way of being, because of that, idea of safety. Treasure your loved ones, right? The people who are already around you that you do trust. Treasure them more. Spend more time with them. Spend more time thinking about them. Spend more time remembering them. It also says simply that it is important to love others deeply. So the times in your life when you felt completely safe, loving deeply, when you felt safe because you were loved deeply, take the time to remember that. Anchor yourself in that. And if you have people around you who can be that for you now, treasure them in your heart. Treasure them in your life. Show them. Tell them. Be there for them. Let them love you. And let yourself love them. Begin where it's safe already. And there's a child here, so children may be a part of this. Children are great because they just, they are so receptive to love. They're so responsive to love and its truth. Now, the bottom of deck energy, this is the internal state, as the advice towards the internal state of what to do, how to feel safe. So this is saying whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you're just getting out of a relationship or whether you are just beginning one and you're not quite there at that level of full commitment yet, or whether you're just not sure what you want out of the relationship. This is saying act as if your partner is here. Whether or not, this is talking about a true partner, true love. For my younger audience especially, imagine what it's like to have a true partner, what that would feel like, and let that guide you. The message here is whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. So what this is saying is that if you take the time, it's the law of attraction, to, in your mind and in your heart, experience what it's like to have not what they look like or not what they do or not what this partner, not the things about them, but how you feel with them at your best, right? Relationships all have ups and downs and things like that, but envision and wiggle your toes in the sand of the reality of the truth of your heart, so to speak, even if the sand's not there right now. Close your eyes and feel it. And you will put yourself in the position to bring that into your life, whether it's enhancing the relationship you're in, whether it's recognizing why you deserve better than what you've had, or recognizing what it is that you do want deep down in your heart. Okay. If you consider them now, you'll be ready when they show up, if they show up, to bring out the best in them so that you guys can have that together. So that's how to begin opening up surrounding energies. And what is the message from Spirit? What is the message from Spirit for Capricorn today on how to open up, how to begin to open up to others? Spirit, Holy Spirit. Okay. I wanted to come out, so I let it. Ooh, okay. How to begin opening up to others. Actions speak loudly. Start actually opening up a little bit. Start talking to your loved ones if you've not been making that a priority. Start, just do the things that we've talked about. Now, the top of deck energy was a card 10, which breaks down to a 1 again. So that speaks again to the ending of something and the beginning of something new. There will be more loved ones. The ones you love now, the ones you remember, the ones you have now. By focusing on them, you're going to bring so many more loved ones into your life. Genuine loved ones. And then the bottom of the deck was card number 37, act as if your partner is here, which breaks down to a 10. Again, the ending of something and the beginning of something new and all that. So far, every numbered card deck that we've had, the surrounding energies have been the exact same numerical value. First 7, Lightworker, and now 1 with this. And here we have card number 49 breaking down to a 13, which is a 4. So that is change on the horizon. So actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. If you can't say it, then do something to show it. Do whatever you feel comfortable with and begin to grow. Take the steps forward. Because you are love and you have so much to give. You have so much to give. And by giving love, you can only receive it back tenfold. You only open yourself up to you're telling the universe, I am love. See? And then it gives you so much more. That's the law of the universe. Okay? Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. So now we have the first 3 of the 6 card spread set out. I'm going to rearrange the setup so we can have the next 3 cards here right in front of us. Be right back. I love you in the meantime. Hi. Okay, so I found it. The Whispers of Love deck. This is what it looks like. It's a great deck. If you like the messages or like the cards in the deck, like the messages or the artwork, you can find it on Amazon. It is it's by Angela Hartfield and artwork by Josephine Wall. Whispers of Love, Oracle cards for attracting more love into your life. More love, more better. Yeah. Okay, now to talk about our next. What we have next for all of you beautiful Capricorns out there. I love you so much. And I will say this. I meant to say it before. There is a particular Capricorn whom just my heart goes out to right now. And if she sees this, I hope she knows that I'm talking about her. So I know she's going through a lot, and I think the world of her. So just like I think the world of you. All right. So Universal Love Oracle cards. That is the deck we're going to be using to answer the next question. So this is card 4. And I hope you can see all those still. Very good. Let me just... All right. Capricorn, let's talk about how to be more relaxed and mindful. Okay? More relaxed and mindful. On that note, I turned up the meditative music I've had playing in the background and this amazing, amazing, amazing spray. It's great for clearing energy, especially before meditating or just just anytime you need to refresh yourself and your space. Oh my gosh, I've never smelled anything better than that. So this, I want to show it to you. A good friend of mine, someone whom I'm very grateful has come into my life. Clear vibration energy spray. And the name of her company is Vibe Tribe Nations, if you can see that. And you can find it. I'll try and find, send a link, or I'll put a link in the description box below. So look for that. This is Rose, Florida, and Holy Water. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So as we're going to start talking about how to be more relaxed and mindful, thought that was a good time to go ahead and bring that out. Okay, so here we are. The Universal Love Oracle for Capricorn. February 2020 is when this is being recorded, but this message is timeless. How to be more relaxed and mindful. Top of deck energy. I love this artwork. There's a whole lot of love coming up in this for you. At first we started out with Dark Night of the Soul, but you are surrounded by angels and love and healing. Nothing heals more powerfully, more efficiently or effectively than just love. And love always starts within. The ability to receive love from the higher source, feel it, embody it, and reflect it, and then draw that love to you. Now, to feel it from the divine source, that's how we come to understand that in our lives, which separates us from real love, right? Surrendering to trust. If there are things that we don't trust, let those things go. There are people in our lives that make us feel jealous or make us feel anything less than we can fully, absolutely, and entirely trust them. Let them go, or allow a healthy distance as appropriate, and surrender your ego, because your ego is based on fear. It feeds on fear. The opposite of love is fear. So just look at this card a little bit more. So this card is talking about, I think I should read probably what it says. In fact, I am. Let me put this somewhere where it can be seen readily. This is a beautiful smoky quartz. There you go. Now, so you can see it clearly. That's the top of deck energy. That's who you are, what you show, what you can receive, and what's conscious for you to bring to your consciousness. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Sometimes it takes me a second to find things. Okay, love. The language in this is so beautiful. Excuse me. Okay, Capricorn, are you ready? Deep breath. How to be more relaxed and mindful for my dear Capricorns. Let love guide your speech, thoughts, and actions, and the relationship will dramatically improve. Know that you know which relationship or relationships are the ones that we're talking about. Capricorn, know that love heals all things. It illuminates hearts and minds. It opens doors previously closed and reveals pathways previously hidden. Love has but one enemy, and that is fear. So be fearless. You got this. The next time you are about to react or respond to any situation through fear, right, through mistrust, or ego, Deep breath. Stop and replace the fear with love. You will be amazed by the results that this simple change in attitude brings. So that's what's showing up. That's the top of deck energy. So the top and bottom of deck energy, that's you. The message that comes out, that's spirit talking to you. Okay? So know, like, yes, you have the power of love, to be loved, to have an attitude of love towards yourself and towards everyone around you. And you probably already know this, right? You know what that's like. You intellectually completely understand. Allow yourself to feel it. And every time you make that choice, when fear shows up, because it shows up every day for everyone, and you choose love instead, you strengthen yourself and you give yourself more power to bring more love into your life and then to be that beacon of love for others. Capricorn, you're a powerhouse. People look up to you and admire you and follow you. You're a natural leader. You are the harbinger of the structures of society, and society needs love right now, and we need you, Capricorn, to be that love, to be your true self, which is just love. Okay, the world's not pretty all the time. That's never going to change. You can change your attitude. You can be the beacon of love, and I pray, Lord, that we all make those choices towards you, towards love, every day, especially when it's hard. Amen. Okay, next card. Thank you for that. The next card here, bottom of deck energy, is meditate. That's such a pretty stone. Let me get it right there. Meditate. Now, you don't have to be nude when you meditate, but it's okay if you want to be. Whatever you're comfortable with. Honestly, I'm getting a little warm. I'm not going to get nude, but I'm going to remove my sweater. Thank you. Okay. So, how to be more relaxed and mindful? So, internally, meditate. And what do you meditate on? Love. Yes, it's that simple. And that will change your life. That will give you the power to create the structure of life that brings about your truest, highest self. Because you have the power to change the world, but it starts with you embracing the power to change yourself. Because the only thing constant is change. And as we are constantly facing changes, especially the ones that are heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, soul-wrenching, choose love. And it's speaking from experience, it's amazing the difference that it makes. And you know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So for meditation, the words are for you, Capricorn. Your soul is yearning to communicate with you. So sit quietly and listen. Let the light of your soul fill your heart and fill your mind. Listen to the guidance that comes from within. Pay attention to your inner world and don't be distracted by what is going on outside of you. Again, pay attention to your inner world and don't be distracted by what's outside of you. That's ego and that's mistrust. That's trying to control things. Meditate. And rather than, holding to center, it's not, don't try and even control yourself. Learn to transmute, to love instead. It's so powerful. Capricorn, all that you need is inside of you and not outside of you. You don't need what's outside of you. Okay? The outer world is full of distractions and illusions. In your inner world resides your truth. If you are struggling to find an answer or a solution to something, then still your mind through meditation, and soon all will become clear. Now, if meditation isn't something that you do often or that you practice much, or if it's not something that just comes naturally to you, it's not always the way we picture it. Okay, you don't have to go into a room with all the lights turned off and sit in what might be uncomfortable lotus position and know which finger goes where and which ram, ya, what to say. All you have to do is give yourself the space inside to allow yourself to connect to your own breath, prana, right? The breath of life. Breathe now. Just breathe and just focus on breathing. You've already started to meditate. And in that meditation, you're going to create your new structure of life that benefits you. Okay? Where you don't need to control. Where you don't need, where ego gets in the way. And where your actions will begin to speak your truth through love, because you've got this great energy around you, energy that can be represented by Archangel Raphael and the Ascended Master Hilarion. All right, so we're good. I'm going to take these cards, put them back where I found them, and then we're going to get Spirit's message for you. Ready? This is going to be a long one, I think. That's okay. You deserve it. Okay, Spirit, for our Capricorns today. To be more mindful. Oh, here we go. So here's what we've got. Healing sounds. This artwork just happens to have some nudity, and I hope that doesn't offend you. But if it does, just consider that you are a beautiful soul, and the soul is most beautiful whenever it's bare. Okay? So look at, oh my gosh, that's really gorgeous. Healing sounds. The blue all around her, and the bright white light of yellow represents wisdom, and white is divinity. Okay? Cosmic divinity even. Let the sounds speak to you. I'll put it here for now since it's still in place so that you may see the card. And I will share with you the message that the card brings to us. Usually, okay. Healing sounds. Okay, Capricorn, healing sounds. This is the message from Spirit to you for how to be more relaxed and mindful. The lady holds a crystal. She holds a crystal sphere through which she is able to access ancient healing sounds. Your ears cannot hear these sounds, for they are the vibrations of spirit. That's interesting too. Listen for the sounds that you cannot hear because they are the vibrations of spirit. But these healing vibrations will be felt on a spiritual level and will infuse and nourish every cell within your body, mind, and soul. So listen. Be quiet and listen. Meditate, quiet, listen. Over the next few days, okay, find a crystal that you are drawn to. If you see any of the crystals out here that you like, just message me, and I'll find a way to help you, pick the crystal that is best for you. I can even, I have a friend who sells all of these. I can help you, get that crystal if you already have it. You don't need to be an expert on crystals. Just pick one intuitively. Try to find one that is small enough to carry with you. I have several that here, honestly. That's Nuamite. Okay. You can look it up if you want to understand that more, but just intuitively, that's always been one I've been drawn to. Try to find one that is small enough to carry with you. Hold it gently in your hands with your eyes closed. Relax and feel the healing energy radiating from it. These take millions of years to come to formation. They've got energy in them. Okay. Each crystal has a particular frequency and healing quality that is felt on a cellular, and as I like to say, a soulular level. There you go. So healing sounds. I have binaural beats playing in the background. I really like to listen to them with the noise canceling headphones. Binaural means a frequency will go from one ear to the other, and the dissonance between the frequencies helps to calibrate your internal energy. Maybe that's something you might want to try or do more often with this message from Spirit. But healing sounds, also words. Make sure that the words you speak are loving and positive in nature. Those are also healing sounds. Okay, next. The next question we are going to talk about is the fifth of the 6 cards here. So this is something for you to be proud of. Capricorn, you're amazing. You work harder than anybody. You help other people keep their lives together. And, society would not, it would just be so much worse off without you. So, with that said, there's a lot to be proud of. All of my Capricorn friends out there, So let's see what the cards say. We're going to use the power deck for this one. This one's starting to cut off circulation. Okay, the power deck looks like this. I really love this deck. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I'll be right back. Okay, on the note of healing sounds, I thought I would give you a little treat and play this Tibetan white quartz prayer bowl for you. So here's from me to you. I like to go from the inside out. Here. One moment, I need something to stabilize it. Okay, since we are using the power deck for the next card here about something to be proud of, why not use the power deck to stabilize? So again, from me to you. There you go. Just a little bit of healing sound for you. Okay, I'll put this up and be right back. I love you, Cappy. Love you. Okay, so something to be proud about, Capricorn. I mean, come on. We're a proud bunch, right? So, power deck it is. And this is from Tiger's Eye. Nothing but confidence and strength and tiger energy there. Now, okay, for the power deck, each card, the color symbolizes something in particular. The north is the spiritual self. Those are the white cards. The south is the physical. Those are the red cards. The west is the emotional. Those are the black cards. And the east is the mental, and those are the yellow cards. The idea is to have them all balanced, right? So before I read to you, before we talk about the energy that these cards are bringing to you today, with this particular deck, we are asked to meditate on the image. Alright, so I'll hold it still for a second. Well, I'll try. Zoom a bit. Oh, sorry. I'll edit out the... Hold on. Okay. The message for the top of deck energy here. So this is the way what you're doing, the way others are receiving you. But this is about what to be proud of right now. So if you are going through a dark night of the soul, master number 22. So master teaching number silence. And the card's a little bit, the reason it has that there is because I sometimes cleanse my cards by holding them over an especially made candle, and I cleanse them in that way. This one had a little bit too much heat there, so Now this card says, before making a decision of power, which is an action taken in your truth towards your destiny, move into that place of silence. Ready? I'll try and read sideways. Not going to work. Before making a decision of power, move into that place of silence and serenity deep within you. Sit anywhere. Close your eyes and follow your breath in and out. Now I've had the meditation card. We have healing sounds along with silence, which means to be in your silence, to hear the sounds of the higher frequencies that are speaking, your soul trying to speak to you. We also had several other cards here, all pointing. These are all lining up. So Dark Night of the Soul as well speaks of a time of silence, especially because it was the subconscious energy. Furthermore, again, this card is black, so it represents the emotional state. On the third inhalation, as you take these deep breaths, take the breath down into your belly and locate your place of power, your shamanic center or solar plexus, symbolized by the color yellow. Just below your navel, that's where it is. Visualize your place of power holding the golden sun, a disc of radiant brilliance within you. Yeah, Capricorn, you've got that radiant brilliance within you. So there's a lot of parallels in the messages that are coming out. This is validation. So once you do this, observe this silence like a deer in a misty marshland. If you are in pain, use your consciousness to find where the pain lives within your body. Then move into that pain beyond the pain, right? That's Dark Night of the Soul. This is what to be proud of. This is how you're responding. The card that best currently represents you, Dark Night of the Soul. Hold your center right there beneath your navel, your solar plexus, your center of power, your power, personal power, not power from things outside of you, but your power to change your world right now as you are healing and being helped by all of the angels and the masters of healing. And actions speak loudly. Actions don't necessarily speak, but they communicate volumes in silence. All of this is adding up to your happiness, okay? To your love in full fruition, your destiny. Use your consciousness to find where the pain lives in your body, and then think about, or even look up, Google, where pain in your body, what it represents. Google pain in blah, 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 metaphysical meaning or spiritual meaning. There are plenty of answers out there. If you don't already know, you may already know. You may be very well versed in this. Then move your attention, move your focus in that silence while you're with yourself. Then move into that pain and beyond it until you find the source of silence. In this silence lives your sacred witness, that which sees all and knows all. If you see all and you know all, your ego and any struggle surrendering to trust, it's claro. There's no need to fight it. It's easy to surrender once you're in that place of the sacred witness because you recognize it's in your best interest. And this is an act. being silent is not a passive thing. This is a conscious, deliberate choice that requires energy of you. It requires you to take control of your energy and to focus it in this way, to have the silence that you need to be your own sacred witness, to see the truth of it all, to see what it all really means. And from that meaning, build what is meaningful to you moving forward. And okay, in the silence lives your sacred witness, that which sees all and knows all and is all that you are. Power is born within the silence. Okay, I'm going to bring this guy back out to display the card. 22, again, a master number. There you go. There you go. That is your top of deck energy. Your bottom of deck energy I'm not going to worry about zooming. Focus on this image. Pause. Okay. Pause and think about how, what does this make you think of? How does this make you feel? What do the different pieces of the picture symbolize to you? And how does that, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you right now? Go ahead and pause. Okay. Your top of, yes. Okay. Bottom of deck energy. We had 22, silence, breaking down to a 4. And now we have the offering. Card 4. So again, every single deck that has had numbers, every single one, it's been matching energy, top of deck and bottom of deck, which makes me it lets me know that there is a certain synchronicity, there's authenticity, there's something real going on, that this message is real, okay? But the card says, for the offering, every day of our lives, we take from Mother Earth our energy for life. Now, put yourself, we understand the earth and the environment. Right now, we're talking about ourselves as well. So nourishing the earth is like nourishing ourselves, nourishing our environment that we live in on all the different levels, all the different dimensions. Yet we often forget the ancient tradition of this sacred giveaway. Okay, so if this is something to be proud of, think about all that you have offered in your life, all that you have to offer, just as you are. Think about all that you can offer now that maybe you've been reticent to do so, but that truly you can, and the nourishment that you will receive from making that offering. Also think about what's being offered to you, okay? What might seem like a hardship could be an offering of an unimaginably immense and great blessing. I'll continue reading. Take a moment to sit in silence. Well, that's what this card is, so there we go. And count the magnificent things you have in this life. I've already had a few cards that speak to gratitude. It goes without saying. No, I take that back. It definitely should be repeated. Gratitude is a shift in attitude that changes your life. Count the magnificent things you have in this life, even if only the wondrousness of being given life at all. That's a miracle. It is. It's just a scientific miracle. Okay? Just metaphysics. That's all I'm going to say. Quantum. Reflect on the great mother, Mother Earth. Ask yourself, what have I given back to her lately to heal her? Then think, sorry, Spirit's calling on my phone again. What have I given back to her lately to heal her? So we want all of these things from life. We expect all of these things. Let's really focus on what we're giving as well, because that's something to be proud of. You have a lot to give, and you've given a lot. Reflect on that and feel good about it. Then think of the higher vision of life and balance on this earth, and realize that the greatest gift you can give to yourself, to Mother Earth, to all of creation is your own enlightenment. Your own enlightenment. So we can be lit up by the world or our ideas that we get excited about, things outside of ourselves, but it's through the dark nights of the soul that we find our own enlightenment, that light within us. And that's the greatest gift that any human being can give to the world. In this way, you tear away the veils of ignorance and present the magnificence of your beauty to everyone who experiences you. Oh my gosh, Capricorn, yes. Yes, like we need you. You're so awesome. Please, please. You may already feel enlightened, but I promise you are going to surpass anyone and everything and all expectations that have ever been in place. You got to allow yourself. Everyone around you is uplifted and inspired. This is your offering. I love it. You have so much to offer, and you don't even have to say anything. It's all your offer is so brilliant, and it's in silence. But I think that part of what you're offering right now too is if you're going through a dark night of the soul and you're holding your center and you're being healed and you have all this energy around you, that sometimes your gift is your silence. Because you guys can have a harsh side. You can make life hard for other people whenever you're not taking the time to take care of yourself, to focus on yourself and your soul and emotions and all that stuff. It's not really your cup of tea most of the time. But this isn't about necessarily emotions. That's not what I'm getting from any of this. This is about taking control of your life whenever, for maybe the first time, or it's just a crazy time, because Capricorn, you're always in control of your life. But there's something happening right now that's shaking your core and shaking your foundation. And I think it has something to do with your love life, because we have all these love cards out here. So focus on the love within. Let that love be your light. And then, there are no limits except for the ones that you create and you decide. You set your own boundaries based on your being rooted in the experience, the knowledge, that internal knowledge of what love really is for you. And then that's going to be all there is, because that's just you. Okay? It's just you, and I love you. So don't change, but grow as you're supposed to. That's all. Okay, see that one? That's pretty too. I love the Japanese looking flowers. All right, so we're going to shuffle and see what Spirit's messages for something for all of you beautiful Capricorns and cross watchers and friends of Capricorn. What does Spirit have to say that you are to be proud of, Spirit? Whoa, okay. Interesting. So we had 22, master number, breaking down to a 4. We have 2 cards that came out. And it did come out upside down. I will point that out. Commitment came out upside down. 3. But first, the card that came out, I'll show you the image. What do you think that is? I kind of flipped it around. If you didn't see, What would you think that is if you did see? Well, the flowing water and everything. Okay. This card is a card of ecstasy. That is what you should be proud of. I try to keep it as PG as possible, but you get my winks, right? Okay. So, here's the next card. I'll let you look at that image while I read this card. Ecstasy. Ecstasy is a buoyant state of joy. That's what you should be proud of. You might have a dark night of the soul, but you are fully embracing all of the power of your spiritual being right now. And you're accessing higher dimensions and higher levels of just cosmic brilliance, spiritual brilliance. You're taking the time to be silent like you need to be silent. You're listening to yourself. You're doing what you need to do. You're talking to yourself the way you need to talk to yourself. You are aware. I just feel like you're so aware right now. And you're doing the work. And you're going to have the results. And it's going to, let me know what happens, because I know what you're capable of. And you can change the world. You can definitely change your world. And the way you change your world is going to change the world for the rest of us, because you're Capricorn. Okay, so ecstasy. I'm feeling the joy. Ecstasy is a buoyant state of joy. One of the finest ways to maintain a state of joyousness is to examine the dark side of your being. And it's all together now, right? That instinctual nature that most human beings repress in civilized life. Let your hair down. Yeah. Okay. Within this instinctual nature are the seeds of ecstasy. And I'm not talking about drugs, just to be clear. Especially not illegally used. We tend... What? Okay. We tend to live in our minds. Okay, we're coming full circle now. We really are. Okay, we tend to live in our minds. Occasionally in spirit, and almost never in our instinctual depths. We are born as wild as mountain lions, but live most of our lives like sheep, forgetting and denying whole parts of ourselves. Sit on the couch. Nope. Sit on the... Oh, my glasses. Sit on the earth with your back against a tree and get in touch with your roots, which move deep into Middle Earth. This will restore your joyousness and balance. Each day, listen to your body, mind, and your heart. What are they telling you about a given situation? Ecstasy is like a wind horse waiting to be ridden. The last wild ride before your passage into enlightenment. Rumspringa, anybody? There have been a lot of naked ladies in your reading today, Capricorn. So, more power to you. Faux show. Ecstasy, yeah, already read that part. The last wild ride before your passage into enlightenment bears repeating. Take courage and live your passion fully. Get it? Yes. Yes, Capricorn, yes. Oh my gosh. That's pretty nice. Pretty groovy. I'm digging it. Digging it. So, ecstasy 21, lucky number 21, breaking down to a 3. 3 is all about, so we've got the duality of 2, and then 3 is more creative. It's like we don't need another, because you've created yourself. You found yourself, your higher self. It starts here, and then if you add that point above, you've got the triangle as above, and that's you. That's your higher self. You are there. You're getting there. You're feeling it. You're in that place. Capricorn, yes. Okay. I'm so happy for you. Okay. Commitment. This is we've got emotional and physical. Feel an ecstasy, and physically, what do? Commitment. You need commitment to focus on your target. All right, so you feel good now. You feel good. That's kind of like what happens after a dark night of the soul. Once you emerge, it's like you're an infant again, and the whole world is yours, and like just this pure state of joy, like only a child can, really experience, or medically induced. You need commitment to focus on your target. Take aim, pull back the bow, and then shoot your arrow, even though you know you will hit the bullseye with every shot. So, you're a Capricorn. It feels good to feel good, and that's great. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to build with it? How are you going to implement a structure for the rest of your life moving forward, the forward-thinking person that you are? From this, how are you going to commit to a life to where you can have more joy, more ecstasy, right? To where you can create it as it's built into the infrastructure of your life. Okay. I'm going to start from the beginning because I want to draw, I want to try and paint a clearer picture of the actual energy here that it's describing. You need commitment to focus on your target, right? You're hunting. You're Artemis, right? Take aim, right? Pull back the bow. And what does that do? That creates tension. You're waiting. It's potential energy. That potential energy is the ecstasy and the joy that you're feeling now. It's also the time slows down a little bit. You're focusing. You're in the dark night of the soul. And from that dark night of the soul, you're finding the light within you. And that light within you becomes your target. You pull back the bow and then you shoot your arrow. Your arrow is your truth. Okay? The wisdom that comes to you during this dark night of the soul. I feel like it's a dark night of the soul, as dark as it gets for you, but it's still, you don't ever let it get that dark. It's not like, you're less likely to be in jail or under a bridge or anything like that, Capricorn, than the other signs. I'll just say that. Okay. And then you shoot your arrow, even though you know you will hit the bullseye with every shot. Okay, so how do you get to hit the bullseye? You have to go through the motions. You have to do it. You get it. You have to know how to use the energy every time. You can't just turn your mind off. In Capricorn, that's not something that you typically do anyway. This is the duality of enlightenment. To hit the bullseye requires total commitment of your spiritual and physical being. But it also requires total commitment to letting go. Okay, so you find the light. You're in the ecstasy. And you know that the ecstasy is an emotion. Emotions are transient, and you've got to let go. You've got to step out of it. Okay, so maybe in your dark night, it could all be very symbiotic. It could be one and the same, I'm not going to, maybe masochism is at play, but we're not going to go there. So, total commitment of your spiritual and physical being, but it also requires total commitment of letting go. You have to let go of your light and put it out there. Shoot it into the world towards your target, which laws of physics. Two bodies in motion, when they collide, something happens. That's how the universe was created. So you're creating your own world right now from the light that you're finding within yourself, the love you're finding within yourself. And we're all going to be either better or worse for it. So I'm thinking better. We're focusing on better, more love. Just simply, okay. But it also requires total commitment to letting go. Just simply walking down the path and through the gateway that leads to your true destiny is a process of gathering. You gather your emotions, your mental strength, and your abilities as you would gather sheep. It can be a long process, but your commitment gives you endurance. It is the next step after defining your act of power. Materialize your dreams and begin to live them. That is exactly what we've been saying this whole time, right? Build that magnificent dream lodge within you and do so with total commitment. Okay. See that rock at the end? The circular archway. Beautiful. Here we go. All right, this is the final card. Where are we? This is going to be a really long one. I'm going to pause just to save time. Okay, so what this is also saying is that, so bottom of deck energy was offering, top of deck energy was silence. See, I went silent for a second, trying to remember. So, like, what that's saying is that between the silence and what you have to offer, which is your own enlightenment, being that enlightened being in the world, in your silence, feel your ecstasy, find your joy, find like that truth within you. Like, just learn, anchor yourself in your heart's desire, right? Let go, let yourself go and just listen to your heart, listen to your soul. And then with that, you commit to your target. Okay? And that's how you're able to offer your enlightenment. Commit to your enlightenment. And watch the world change around you. Let me know how it goes. Like, I'm serious. Please, like, comment below. Let me know how it goes or if this resonates with you. And if you're still with me and you haven't already, please click like if you like. Or if you're here, just click like because, I mean, you're still here and this is a long video. And please, if you would subscribe, because if you subscribe, the more subscribers I have, the more you'll, and click the bell button so that you get the updates. And when I see that you're watching, that more Capricorns are watching, I'm going to make more Capricorn videos. And, you know, I will respond to you directly. So for the next part of this spread for you Capricorns, we know what to be proud of. You are committed to, oh my gosh, be proud of the fact that you are creating your own world, and your world is going to make the rest of the world better. It just is. It's going to be effortless because of what you create. You're so good at this, creating structure. Not everyone is good at this, which you know it might frustrate you sometimes, but this is a gift that you have, okay? So come from joy and be committed to your enlightenment, because you got it. Wrong way. Okay, something new for you to try. Had the pyrite sitting there, putting some good energy into it. All right, so for this one, I'm also going to look at, because the messages in here are really, they speak strongly. So our top of deck energy is, we have the Fates, number 17. Let's see if these break down to have the same number 2. So look at that image. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? 17 breaking down to an 8, right? So here's what the fates say. Something new you should try. Here, this is the surrounding energy. This is not the message from Spirit of what you should try. I'm still so proud of you because of like ecstasy and commitment. Like that's something to be proud of. That's like a good place to be with some of the other energy around here. Like that's really powerful. Like I'm really feeling that. Now the meaning of this card, the fates. The essential meaning is just clearly fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change. Okay? And knowing what those things are. That's this whole process that we've been talking about. Now, the overall message is that basically like the serenity prayer, right? I think this is the second card that's spoken to serenity. The serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the courage. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you're a friend of Bill, then you'll have that one memorized and down. There are things in life you will never have control over. My sweet Capricorns. You create, you're great with boundaries and rules, but there are some things you can't control. And it's okay. And right now, some of those things are at the forefront of your reality. Currently, the conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by Spirit for a greater purpose that you cannot understand in this lifetime. Okay? So there are definitely things you can't control, but do not be afraid because it's a part of the greater plan for you, for all of us, and you are a big part of all of us, okay? It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Amen. Now, it's still just a few days after Valentine's Day. There's been a lot of love cards and love messages here. So the relationship message for this card, this is just top of deck energy. Again, this is not Spirit's message. This is you. This is where you are. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. Other people are who they are and you can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. Did you hear that one? This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so that you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. Capricorn, in relationships, come on, it's a pattern, okay? It's okay. But it is a pattern, okay? You get it. You will. It'll sink in even deeper. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of Spirit? Even though it hurts and it's a dark night of the soul and everything else, what if that's exactly what Spirit has designed for you to get to something so much better? What if you've been holding yourself back this whole time by remaining attached to something that wasn't really serving you, or someone that never really loved you? You are so worthy of love. You're so lovable. You are love. You are. Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally. For each of us is on our own journey. Now, that's not easy to love unconditionally. But then again, with ecstasy and commitment, maybe it is. Maybe you've got everything, you have everything you need right now to love unconditionally. To start with yourself, and then to have the perspective from that starting point, like to really love yourself. All of it, even the parts that you think don't deserve love, they deserve love more than, that's where love is needed the most. Face those fears and say, "Nuh-uh, I love you anyway." In preparing for this reading, I actually, from the Lightworker reading I did yesterday that was a little bit shorter, I wrote like a 3-page letter to you guys, but time is of the essence, so maybe that can be a separate bonus video. If you want to hear my letter, just comment below and let me know, and then I'll put it out there. Love unconditionally. For each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. It's really futile, to try. Resistance of this truth is futile. Capricorn, be aware that this relationship is indeed fated. Of course you know that you are meant to be. And you are meant to be for the time being. It was meant to happen as it happened, right? And you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of this, of your relationship, of all the experience, wisdom, knowledge, pain, which is our greatest teacher, grief, which is our greatest teacher. All these things are exactly what you need at exactly the moment that you need it to evolve into your highest, best self. You don't need them. You need you. The world needs you at your best because you are capable of so much. So if you're interested in prosperity, we'll talk to that. Your experiences concerning prosperity and abundance are beyond your personal control right now. You are being invited to accept what is unreservedly. This could be a temporary situation, seemingly thrust upon you by outside forces. But there is an underlying purpose you can't see that has been determined by the fates. It could be a situation you are unprepared for. And you may not understand how it will benefit you in the moment. Do not fight the situation. Write it out and see where it leads. Surrender to it. Surrender. Surrender your ego. And surrender to trust. Surrender to it. And the serenity you need. The serenity you may. Surrender to it and the serenity you need to make good choices from here on out will be given to you. You will indeed flourish. The Capricorn I mentioned earlier, to whom my heart goes out to, they're just such a strong card, such a strong message. Bottom of deck energy. All right, my videos are not always going to be this long. I'm starting out, so I'm just putting it all out there. I'm giving you my heart and soul. I've got other people who private videos and things that I have to do, or that not that I have to do, but that I get to do, and that I'm like really excited to do, and I love doing these videos. So I hope you're enjoying this one, and it's linked because they're not always going to be this long, and at some point here in the very near future, these extended videos are going to cost a little bit of money, because I do have to, you know, to pay my bills, and I have to pay for like my website maintenance and all that stuff. So with that said, and you know, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this message. Thank you for coming to this video and to my channel. And with that said, there is a link in the description box below. If you want to donate, it is so incredibly appreciated, because this means so much to me, and you mean so much to me, and I just really want you to know how loved you are, and to keep doing this. You know, enough said. I won't go on any further. Let's continue with your message. Which next card, bottom of deck energy, is this: the never-ending story. So whatever relationship this is that's going on, or the patterns in your life, it seems like a never-ending story right now. Does it? Okay. So this is a 37 breaking down again to a 10. Okay, that was 17 breaking down to an 8. So that's attainment. So you are fated to attain something great, to attain enlightenment based on everything else that we've had come out. So, yeah, 37. This card is, it came out, it showed up for Aquarius as well. Okay, it's a little bit better. And it's a really strong message again. So the never-ending story, if you look at it, she's sitting there with her head in her hands. She's above it all. You know, her wings are down. And so this is supposed to talk about something new to try. So this is the energy in place. You've got karmic energy, and you can let things go, the serenity prayer, the courage, to change the things that you can, and the wisdom to know the difference between it all. So a never-ending story. You don't want to repeat the pattern. You don't want to. You don't want the tower to fall again, because this all started with the dark night of the soul, and it's all coming. There's a whole lot of really, really good energy here. But it's still a dark night of the soul, which is a blessing in and of itself and a great opportunity. But let's not bypass the pain, right? It sucks when you're in that dark place. Different people handle it differently. It's the wisdom and the spiritual aspect of ourselves that, you know, that create the quality of that experience. It can be good, it can be bad. So the never-ending story as the bottom of deck energy. Right? Yeah, okay. Okay, this card talks about some stuff that I've had to personally process myself recently as well. The essential meanings of this card speak to, this is the underlying, this is what's underneath that no one sees. Oh, that they see, but that you keep private. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas. Okay? That fucks, you know, that makes it, all of the good stuff here, that energy, that's where you're at. That's where the dark night is kind of pulling you. All the good energy is going to be negated completely. You're going to repeat the same patterns or worse. You're going to be stuck. Don't be stuck. How many times do you have to say how beautiful you are and in your enlightened state, how much the world needs you? Not trying to be bossy, but it is what it is, okay? Okay, thank you. Now, the main message is that there is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life. A story that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. Emphasis on the unnecessary, right? Let go your ego, surrender to trust. Unnecessary drama, no more. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. You remember that fable? Okay. If not, look it up, because the more you know, the better you grow. Today, Capricorn, today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. Despite what the news might say, especially that. This is your world. If you're alive and if you're blessed with the gift of being able to even access this video, then you still have a sky. Tonight, when the stars are out, look up at those stars. Proof. Tomorrow, when the sun is out, look up at the sky, see the clouds. Proof. It has not fallen. So none of those negative voices are actually true. None of those don't should all over yourself. It's a big mess. We all do it from time to time. But Capricorn, I know that you guys, it can be tough, because it just is who you are. You don't want to fight your nature, but you do want to adapt so that your nature can be allowed to shine. Okay, so the sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie and wants to protect you. And that needs you to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Okay? Find the pain and give it your love. Okay? You can heal yourself. You don't have to feel this way. Fear is all it knows. We also have the love card come out. Meditate on love. Love beats fear every time if you focus on love and not on fear. That's what you're designed for. You're designed for love. To be loved, receive love, give love. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. I wish you could just feel what I feel as I'm reading this. I hope, I pray, that you do. You are not your story. And the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part. Small and vulnerable and easily soothed during a dark night. Okay. Regarding relationships, this card speaks to that sometimes your heart enters a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship for either and or both parties, right? As we mirror those we're closest to. And when we're not whole, but we're attached to someone, we compensate, thus losing our own balance. This is what codependency is. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing. But you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. You must reflect on these stories, your ideas, the narrative, the roles, how these ideas are characters in the story that you have written for yourself, that you are living every day. Reflect on them in this dark night with the help of the healing angels, and have loving action. Surrender your ego, surrender to trust, focus on healing sounds, embrace the ecstasy and the commitment to enlightenment that you have, that you should be proud of. And then this bottom of deck energy, this is what you're really feeling inside. That is how you move forward. That is something new you should try. Right now, you have an important opportunity for healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. You're not alone. None of those narratives were ever true anyway. Okay, pause and take a minute just to process that. Maybe rewind and listen a little bit, because that is super powerful, okay? And I know it resonates, or you wouldn't still be here. As to prosperity, what underneath is going on with you? Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. I feel like this came up earlier. Are you comparing yourself with others? Thinking that their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that is coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurities. Are financial insecurities scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through the missteps and love yourself through the sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively. And use your criticism constructively right now. Don't wait until later. Don't think about how you could have done this or that in the past. Use your criticism constructively right now. Begin now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed, because you can abso-freaking-lutely do this. Duh, Capricorn, you know you can do this. If you just stop telling yourself you can't, chances are by the time you've convinced yourself of that, it will already be done and you will already be there. Your soul is so beautiful. Stop believing the lies. There is no truth other than how beautiful your soul is. Everything else is a lie. You're gorgeous inside and out, and the world needs you. And we appreciate you. And it's okay to let that in. It's okay to hear that and to still feel bad. Just don't forget. Okay? Because we're here for you. Whew. Okay, on that note, be right back because I don't like doing this on camera. It's just like 3% tobacco. Okay, I brought the cards, put them back, top, bottom where they were. And you can watch if you want to. I'm okay with being vulnerable. Capricorn, I just want to give you such a big hug right now. My heart I know anyone in the world can watch this. There's so many people that have access to videos posted on YouTube. And if this message resonates with you, I believe in you, and I really hope you know that. If you don't, just hear me now. And I think that if Capricorn's working with some of the other signs, or just what Capricorn represents, rules and structure and infrastructure, and the people who hold society together, hold families together, hold businesses together, just because you can hold yourself together. All of this stuff, all of these messages that are coming through for you, and you're still holding your center, right? That card's right back here. I'm just so grateful for you, okay? I know you guys don't like emotion a lot, but just know I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, okay? Don't listen to anyone who tells you anything otherwise, okay? Just don't. With all the astrology stuff that's going on, if you're going through a hard time, it will pass and the world still needs you. And you're so much stronger and greater, and you're coming to this amazing point of enlightenment. So just, okay. Hopefully you can, I don't know the words to express how I feel, which is not like me right now. But I hope you can feel it through the video. Okay, we're going to ask Spirit, what is this message from Spirit? So those cards were speaking about your energy. And from my heart, I pray to the divine for a message of what Capricorn can do differently. Something new to try moving forward with all of this that's going on. Spirit. Something new to try, please, Spirit. This is the wisdom oracle. Something new to try. Soulmate. It wasn't face up, but I saw the same card pop. Something new to try, and that could be it. That would make sense. Capricorn. Interesting. The Fates came back out again. So Spirit really wants you to hear this message. This message, if you recall, was the Serenity Prayer. Essentially, it was the Serenity Prayer. Can you see it? This is an opportunity. Do not let it pass you by. You have the strength to see what needs to be changed. You have the support from all of the heavenly bodies around you if you will open up to receive it, embrace it, and allow it. And you're quiet in the silence and in the darkness. You become the light. But if you get stuck in the darkness, fate can it's not predestined, okay? Your fate is in your hands. And the way you choose to respond in this moment will not only change your life forever, it will impact everything around you. You have the strength to know what you can change. And by change, knowing where to focus, what to let go of, where to create your new boundaries. The boundaries that are true to you because you're centered in the universal love that is begging you to let it in. The divine love that is begging you to let it in, to sit with and meditate love and what it means to you. And receiving it from Spirit. In that ecstasy to find a new commitment to a life that you are truly proud of. That your highest self is truly proud of. Fate, something to try differently, is to take fate into your own hands and to make it something truthful and beautiful, just like you. And to have the wisdom to know the difference between that which you can change and that which you can't, to know what to let go. To know when to let go. To let go of fear. Because you are love. You don't need anyone or anything else, okay? You don't need anyone or anything else. There is no one better than you. We are all one. We all have our own journeys. And your journey, just like every soul in the world that's ever lived, is designed not only as a biological miracle, but to be a miracle for the collective spirit, for the divine mission. You can choose to ascend and transcend and let fate unfold Dharma in that way, or you can remain stuck, and you don't have forever to make this decision. Now, you can make decisions at any point in time towards this, or right now. You've got the energy surrounding you to where whatever decision you make is going to have a much stronger impact. All right, so I mentioned at the beginning, possibly some romance oracle cards. This has been an intense one. If you're still with me, if you're still here, then you get more bonus, more cards. Before we do Soul's Journey, we will do Romance Angels. This is kyanite, tumbled kyanite. It transforms pain. This is a raw emerald, the heart stone. This is amethyst, connection to the divine, and this is a rose quartz tower of unconditional love. Those have been sitting here on top of the romance angel cards this entire time. And then I have a clear quartz angel here. Bottom of deck, we have unrequited love. Top of deck, deception. Okay, we're going to move past this. We're going to get past this. You're not alone. I'm going to shuffle now that all this energy is here. The message for Capricorn. What is the message for Capricorn? The romance angel. What's the message for Capricorn? Moving forward, what is the message for Capricorn? What is the message for Capricorn, please? Stone of protection. Top of deck energy, Capricorn. So if you do all the things that are good, if you make, here's what you can look forward to. Top of deck energy, calling in your soulmate, Capricorn. That's beautiful. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together with your soulmate. And when I was shuffling, do you remember the card that tried to pop out? But I feel like you haven't quite completely, you're not there yet. But once you get through this dark night of the soul and you do the work you need to do, and you find what you need to find, and your light is there, and it's just a matter of time. Calling in your soulmate. Bottom of deck energy. New love. New love. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is really exciting news for you guys. So, calling in your soulmate and a new love. You've been through a lot. You deserve it. You deserve it. You're almost at the finish line. Oh, okay. I thought it was paused. I'm going to edit out some of this stuff. Okay, so I keep moving it and then putting it back. Silly me. This is the bottom of deck energy, new love. And this card, okay, the romance angels have sent you this card. This is the bottom of deck energy. This is where you are, and this is spirit acknowledging it. So where you are inside, the romance angels have sent you this card to acknowledge that this card is like a Valentine greeting. Hello, that was just like 4 days ago, right? So good timing. It's signaling the introduction of someone new into your love life. That's exciting. You want to be ready, right? You want to be ready. This is fate. So this could be fated. It is fated, duh. But you want to make sure, like, fate only goes so far. You got to be ready for it. Perhaps you recently met this person and your interest was piqued. The card validates that your connection is mutual and real. Okay. It is safe for you to explore it, and the romance angels will guide your actions accordingly. Trust. Of course, if you are already in a committed relationship, you'll want to consult your angels and perhaps a counselor or other trusted person to get insight into your feelings. While running into the arms of a suitor may sound passionate, the reality of guilt over the affair will soon weigh heavily upon you. It's better to confront the issues within your present relationship that left your emotional doors open for someone else. So what this is saying to me is, like, underneath, you want new love. And the idea of new love is there. And that's like what you desire. It could be a new love with an old flame, a completely new love, or just to find, to really remain in that state of love for yourself that's renewed right now. Or to renew your love with, to bring it back to its heightened state with the person that you're with. But whatever the case may be, you have got to make sure that you are in the right place for love, for real love, not just new love, because infatuation and all that stuff feels great, and it feels like love, and it can lead to love, but it is not love. Okay? But I think this is what you're dreaming of right now. Fantasizing about. This card can also mean that you'll soon meet a new person. In these cases, the romance angels are asking you to keep the faith that love is in your cards. You deserve love, and you are lovable, Capricorn. The angels guide you to be aware, as you never know when your partner will arrive. Right? That's what we've been saying. Okay. That's the bottom of deck energy. Top of deck energy. Now, just for a little bit further explanation, he's handsome. Good hair, nice wings. Everything you're looking for in a guy. Everything that most girls look for. JK. So, I remember we started with unrequited love and with deception. So leave that behind. And that makes sense of why this might be what you're thinking of. So calling in your soulmate. Calling in your soulmate. You, like everyone, have soulmates, plural. These are the people with whom You shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. And I feel like there's a relationship that's ending, or it's going through some turmoil, or there's something going on here that's changing, and it has to do with a soulmate or the way you relate to a soulmate, past, present, future, or the choices you're making that are based on lessons learned from past lives and soulmates, lessons, prior to this, or maybe you're just so in tune with your higher consciousness and other dimensions that you're already learning lessons in advance, but the purpose of a soulmate is for spiritual growth. It's not necessarily for a forever bond, but it's for a spiritual lesson. You may have many such agreements with various people who are called your soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. So all of these people. They could be a few at once. They all come together at once, and then there's a major lesson to be learned. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do this through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself, which we've talked about, so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, well, learn to laugh at things. All right, so what's the message from Spirit? The message of God. What is the divine message regarding love for Capricorn today in this? Okay. Oh, happy day. There is an engagement in your future. Could be you, could be someone around you. Could be an engagement party that you're going to, and that's where you meet someone. Could be a lot of things. The card says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment and ecstasy. And Delaney say, what? So, engagement. What sort of engagement might you be looking forward to? This is Spirit's message for you. Oh my gosh, okay. Congratulations, Capricorn. I feel like Ed McMahon saying that. Sorry. Congratulations. This card signals pending nuptials, beginning with a romantic engagement. Even if you're not presently in a relationship, the romance angels can see one upon your horizon. I mean, new love, calling in your soulmate, engagement. Hello? Yes, Capricorn. Yes? Is that what you want? Because it can be yours. All for the low, low price of enlightenment. Good job. Yeah, all right. Thanks for appreciating my sense of humor. Okay. This card comes to you as reassurance, specifically so that you'll choose to release any worries about whether you'll get married. Okay, so for the person I'm thinking of that I mentioned my heart goes out to, a marriage just ended. So this is good news. All right. Again, this card comes to you as reassurance, specifically so that you'll choose to release any worries about whether you'll get married again in that particular situation. Because you will. Deep romantic love, someone who truly loves you and you truly love, in which you feel treasured, is in the cards for you. Like if you're going through this dark night of the soul, it was probably a hard time all along, and it was probably the sort of relationship that, while it worked in the way that it worked, well, it worked, there are a lot of ways that it didn't work that maybe you weren't looking at, and you're realizing the joy of the freedom from the things that weren't working for me. Or you could, if you would be open, if you want to be open to it. And yeah, and this is what, if you can let go and if you can just embrace your path, you're going to find someone who truly, truly loves you. Like, no, that you don't ever have to question. Like, that loves you on a level that you've not really experienced yet, or in a long, long time. The deeper meaning of this card relates to commitment. First, you commit to taking care of yourself, right? Everything else, that confirms everything we've talked about. If you establish boundaries about what you will and won't accept in your relationships and in other life areas such as career, home, lifestyle, and so on. Next, you honor your self-commitment, settling for nothing less than ecstasy, right? You honor your self-commitment by taking decisive action. Whispers of love, actions speak loudly. Okay, this is like, oh my gosh, yes. I'm so glad that this video is as long as it is, because this is the message that needs to come through. Next, honor your self-commitment by taking decisive action and telling others how you truthfully feel about their behavior. As you commit to yourself, the universe sends you additional experiences of loving commitment, including the promise of marriage. Dun, 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 dun. When you are ready, your soulmate will come. Oh, okay. This is so good. I'm just going to do one more. We've got Soul's Journey cards here. The bottom of the deck is Judgment. So what's the thing you need to let go of? Underneath, where Judgment. And it says, so I want to help you get there. I want to help you get down to the church and down the aisle, because you deserve love so much. You deserve commitment. You deserve to be cherished, honored, adored, all of it. I understand, repeat after me, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So there's no need to judge yourself or anyone else. Just embrace life as it is. Embrace all of the possibility and opportunity in front of you. And what is the top of deck energy? By embracing the lesson of appreciating others for their own life path and their journey, and appreciating yours for what it is, happiness and purpose in life. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So if you haven't been happy, that wasn't the right path. And everyone has their own unique path. Don't judge yourself because it didn't turn out perfect. Okay? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's a lesson. It's just a part of how you get to the real love that's on the way. So Spirit, what's the message and support? Okay. Here we go. All right. To get there, to get to that new love, to get to the engagement, to call on your soulmate, this is the card that came out. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. That is exactly what all of these other cards, that's the message that's been coming through. And with that card coming out, we have top of deck energy of balance. Okay? saying, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. We're just like keep showing up on different cards. And the bottom of the deck energy is fear. That's what you need to let go of. That's what's underneath. That's what you might be hiding, and that's fine. But fear is good sometimes, whenever it's letting you know what to let go of or how to handle things differently. And it says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. What did we say before? The only enemy of love is fear. You can balance and then remove the need for blame. Remove the idea of blame. Replace it with accountability, because you take responsibility for your own well-being. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Where does judgment come from? Fear. So let it go. One more message. What's one more message for my Capricorn souls? Oh, that one popped out and then jumped back in. Purpose. I know what I am here to do. Bottom of deck energy now is balance. Top of deck energy now is, once you have your purpose, you have a foundation of balance, and you're able to express gratitude rather than blame, inviting in your soulmate, inviting in new love, real love, deep romantic, true love. And the message with gratitude is, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents, even if they hurt, because grief is our greatest teacher. Amen. Okay, with that, Capricorn, I love you so much, and I am, oh my gosh. Let me know how it goes. Again, please click like if you're still here. Click that subscribe button so I'll know, and I'll keep the messages coming out for you. I really want to know how it goes. Like, my heart goes out to all of you. If this message didn't resonate with you, it might resonate with a Capricorn that you know in your life. But if you're still here, it probably did resonate on some level. So, again, I put my heart and my time and my energy and everything into making these videos, and your support means the world to me. There is a link below if you would like to share a compassionate contribution through PayPal. That means the world to me too. So I really hope that you enjoyed the message, that it resonated with you, that you felt what I felt, because I felt it strongly. You are so amazing. You're such a beautiful soul. You're so much stronger than you realize. You're braver. You are so much more beautiful than you're probably aware of. I mean, your intelligence is phenomenal. You're so skilled and capable, and just have this immeasurable power. And I pray to God every day that you guys, that we all can just live in our power, guided by divine will, because this world deserves our love, and we deserve whether we deserve it or not, that divine love is there for us so that we can emanate it to the world. And that's what I'm here to share with you, because I love you more than you will ever know. Well, hope you enjoyed. And again, my name is Lauren, and this is Tarot Therapy Lab, and I hope to see you next time. Until then,